Given the recent events in the manga, I feel it's best to first talk about Naruto's relationship with the Demon Fox. Now, what I first want to stress is that the first part of Naruto is actually a decent manga. It had a likable protagonist and a nice story. However, as we'll see, that all went down the chute in part 2. Now back to the main focus of this episode, the Demon Fox. In part 1, he had more of a parasitic relationship with Naruto, giving Naruto power since the fox's life was tied with Naruto's own. While he was definitely a sinister force lurking in the background, the fox was willing to help Naruto in times of need. However, in part 2, the fox is just annoying, always focusing on escape, as well as being a plot device and an otherwise one-note character. Also bringing the first to bring up Madara. That really brings up questions about Madara's relationship with the Demon Fox as well. As shown by Madara's mindfuck talk with Sasuke, we'll cover that down the road, we see that Madara has in fact used the Sharingan to control the Demon Fox. Okay, well then why doesn't the fox want to fight with Naruto against Madara? I can understand that the fox does want freedom in part 1, but wouldn't he at least want revenge on Madara for controlling him, even if it meant teaming up with Naruto? Now back to Naruto and the Demon Fox. I would like to bring up the Demon Fox's power is based on angst. Yes, that will be a big issue with part 2. The fact that angst equals power. As shown by the recent chapters as well as many other points in the manga, whenever Naruto has a prissy fit, usually over Sasuke, the Demon Fox tries to take over, growing more tails as it becomes more powerful. At the 4 tails point, the fox completely takes over and proceeds to completely burn Naruto's body, killing and regenerating it at the same time. This brings me to one of my big issues with the relationship. The Naruto versus Pain fight. I'll cover more of this fight later, but for now I'll just focus on one certain part of the fight. During the fight, due to seeing Hinata being stabbed, Naruto flips and unleashes the six-tailed state. This is honestly awesome. Most of the Pain fight is. However, the situation darkens as the eight-tailed state is released and the fox is about to escape. Then the fight is ruined by the 4th freaking Hokage. I'm serious. This was a punch in the gut. Finally, we had gotten a great fight in Naruto Part 2. Then Mr. Ex Machina shows up and pulls the biggest cop-out I've ever seen. Anyways, the 4th Hokage fixes Naruto's seal and everything is perfectly fine. Wait, what? It shouldn't be perfectly fine. We've seen that Naruto gets horribly burned in the 4th tail state. In the 8th tail state, on the verge of the fox freaking escaping, Naruto should be a well-done crisp by now. Oh, and that seal fixing stuff? Completely pointless, as we see that Naruto destroys the seal himself in 2 story arcs. Down to the fact that he barely fights at all in the next one, in the Land of Snow. That we'll also cover later. Now up to present chapters. Oh, is the bullcrap spewing. Naruto has now decided to train with Killer Bee in order to become stronger and conquer the fox. First he has to fight his hatred. Oh, well this doesn't sound cliche at all. The protagonist fighting an evil version of himself. Oh, and of course Naruto wins with the power of love. Why not? Kishimoto already pulled one cliche, why not another? Oh, but now we get to see Naruto actually fight the fox by taking control of its chakra. Okay, wait a minute. Isn't the fox already a massive chakra? It's obviously not a physical entity since it's in Naruto's mind. In fact, the 4th Hokage himself states that he's merely just a bunch of chakra. So what the heck is the fox then? Also, why does Naruto use just his regular fighting techniques in the fight? He's in his mind. He's not limited to conventional fighting, as we later see anyway. Anyway, Naruto manages to grab the fox's chakra, and it seems like he'll win when the fox sends a hate wave at Naruto. Okay, so now the fox is made of hatred. Well then, is it made out of chakra? Is it made out of hatred? I don't know! Back to the story. We have yet another Deus Ex Machina, Naruto's mother. Well, I wonder how this will all turn out. Oh, here's a shocker. Naruto conquers the demon fox and then becomes the Avatar. Okay, why? Why does Naruto resemble the Sage of Six Paths? Why does Naruto's mom now have to explain a backstory? And why do I care anymore? The whole relationship of Naruto and the fox illustrates the massive fail of Part 2. It makes the hero's journey uninteresting. I think it's safe to say that many shonen manga are somewhat predictable. But, and I know saying this is cliche, it's not about the goal but the journey the hero takes over the course of the story. Look at One Piece, for example. During the Shabandi arc, Luffy is told not to punch a celestial dragon, but all the readers know he will. And he did. And when said event came to pass, it was still fun to read. In fact, it was awesome to see Luffy punch that guy. But with Naruto, the delivery is sloppy and the results are subpar.